Thank you for joining Vancouver Bitcoiners. Please enjoy our next guest speaker. Thank you to our sponsors, Adaptec Group, Canada's premier event-driven development company, and Bull Bitcoin, Canada's premier Bitcoin company since 2013.
All right. Well, welcome to the November BitDevs event, our Vancouver Socratic 007 episode. Appropriately dressed. Closest to. So yeah, thanks to Adam here at Adaptec for hosting us, and to Bull Bitcoin for sponsoring for food and drinks and whatnot. And for announcements, we're keeping it real short this week, or this month. Just self-custody your sats. And if anyone doesn't know how to do that, just ask some people here. Anyone who's up speaking, this guy, that guy, him over there, they can help. But hold on to your sats, don't leave them on an exchange. We've all seen FTX blow up and that debacle and everything else with it. So yeah, this month, what we've got for you here is Murphy's gonna come up and tell us a bit about the Adopting Bitcoin stuff that went on last week, right? That was last week. And give us a bit of an update there. And he's from our Murdawk Media and does all of our great streaming. So here you go, Murph. All yours.
All right. Thank you. So went down to El Salvador for the Adopting Bitcoin 2022 conference. It was their second year. I got involved with the official conference people. So behind the scenes there's Kamal and Noor. They're the organizers. I volunteered my media services, so I was doing pretty much any and all of their video stuff that came out of their official Twitter account over the last month or so. Spoke to some people in this room, such as Adam and Alexandra. Another person still not here with us is Leo. They were all speakers or somewhat involved. And I've just got a little wrap-up video that we can start with. So these are the kind of things I was pumping out during the conference days.
God of Satoshi, save my soul. If God is Satoshi, I won't ever know. God of Satoshi, you're the drug. God of Satoshi.
Chris Hunter, he is the co-founder of Galoy and the Bitcoin Beats wallet, and he is going to be talking about the comeback country of El Salvador.
Welcome to Adopting Bitcoin 2022, the second annual Lightning Summit in El Salvador.
Satoshi, save my soul. If God is Satoshi, I ain't ever known. God of Satoshi,
Murdawk Media.
Yeah, so there's some other wrap-up days videos as well, but that's kind of all of them smooshed together. Yeah, it was awesome meeting a bunch of Bitcoiners, my first conference.
What was the most interesting new thing you saw there?
Two interesting projects for someone such as myself in the media space or creative type space is a company out there that's called Alby. So you can install that as an extension. It's kind of for creatives and whoever. It's basically lightning tips. With that, yeah, so you can put that on any web page, any blog post, any YouTube video. You can put it on your Twitter profile. You have this little thing installed, and you can tip someone sats immediately, like all over the internet.
How do you spell it?
Alby is ALBY. Sorry? Extension to whatever your browser is, like so Chrome, Firefox.
But do you need a lightning node?
You don't need a lightning node. You can set up with them something fun to play with. You can test out some lightning payments, even just tipping yourself.
People can tip you on all these videos.
Kind of like that. So like in my Twitter profile, after talking to the guys, I was like, that sounds awesome. So I've got one in my Twitter profile now, so you can like...
Yeah, anywhere on your website, if you just put a small piece of thing in the header, and it can just, the plugin will detect it, and then it can send to your element.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
awesome.
of course not.
Is it one that gives you a thing that looks like an email address, like something at Alby?
Yeah, so like mine is, I think it's Murdawk Media at getalby.com. And then you have to have the little lightning symbol in front of it, but they walk you through that. And I'm sure there's other plugins as well. Another one is Geyser Fund, if anyone's heard of that. So basically it's like Kickstarter, except you can put up different projects and it's all lightning based.
I saw a project on that the other day.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what it was.
Yeah, so the spelling for that is Geyser Fund. So just type that in. So there are people who have, like, they want to make documentaries, or they're helping with education efforts of some kind. Or, like, if anyone's heard of Between Two ASICs yet, is a pretty amusing. So it's, if you've ever seen Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis, it's pretty much like that, except geared towards Bitcoiners.
Is that a podcast?
So far there's only like 2 episodes. It's on Twitter, maybe YouTube. He might.
I'm gonna go follow it.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of other projects on there. I met and talked to at least one of the guys involved. Sounds like there's 2 or 3 at the helm of that. You do have to have your own node to accept basically donations or set up your funding type thing. So after talking to them, I set myself up with one. So media production services, you can now buy my services with Lightning, which is kind of cool. So for me, that's been really cool stuff. I've already got a few contributions. It says anonymous, so not sure who is putting them out there, but but anyway, just really cool tech, kind of.
Yeah, yes. After you're done, I have another question of who did you get to interview down there?
I don't think I ended up doing any big interesting interviews. Talked to a bunch of people at various booths showing off their projects or tech that they were doing. But met lots of people anyway, which was really cool. Especially putting names and faces to, Twitter handles, if you will. So in real life.
That was interesting at Pacific.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, I think I follow you. And then it's like, oh, cool. We follow each other.
Where you recognize the voice and associate
Something like that, yeah.
Picture that.
Definitely. El Salvador as a country, I'd say is pretty cool. El Zonte definitely has more Bitcoin adoption than most of the rest of the country. I did pay customs at the airport over main chain through their Chivo. Otherwise, it's largely Lightning, and especially smaller payments go without fail, generally. Lots of merchants, especially outside of the airport or away from the chain type things, they either use Bitcoin Beach Wallet, maybe Moon.
Wallet of Satoshi.
Yeah, Wallet of Satoshi.
Like anything other than Shiba Wallet.
Exactly. But lots of Bitcoin Beach Wallet, more of that than anything, which is basically like Lightning, and they can hold it as dollars, they can invoice in dollars, hold it as dollars, US dollars, which is really cool.
Is that custodial?
I believe it's custodial. Yeah.
Which if they can hold in dollars, I would assume.
The beaches were awesome, hammocks were awesome. Paying for Bitcoin in most places was pretty cool. Tried lots of different wallets. All I got.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, I would echo some of those comments on Pacific Bitcoin, except there you couldn't pay for anything but your goddamn coffee, or you could buy something from like someone who was selling their own stuff, but like the pizza. Someone orange pilled the pizza guy, and I was saying I almost got him on CoinOS, but he was also using his Moon wallet to accept stuff, so I'm not sure if he ended up as a merchant on there, but hopefully. But yeah, so 1 food truck out of 5. Yeah. And only on the second day, I think.
Yeah.
So like halfway through the second day. So like very disappointing as far as being able to spend your Bitcoin, but I came back with more Bitcoin than I thought I would.
A big thank you to Vancouver Bitcoiners executive crew. This would not happen without all of you. And finally, big thank you to Murdawk Media for producing all of these episodes.